The episode begins with Nagumo saying that he's been earning well lately, so he bought a coffee maker and some beans. He tries the coffee and finds it delicious. Mashiro immediately asks for some, which annoys Nagumo, but he still ends up giving her a cup. The coffee is so hot that Mashiro spits it right into Nagumo's face. Mashiro tries to offer him something in return, but Nagumo refuses. He makes her another cup, this time iced. Mashiro is happy and wants to compliment him, but can't get the words out. She takes a sip, but again spits it in his face, saying it's too bitter. Nagumo tells her she's not ready for black coffee yet and asks if she wants milk coffee instead. Mashiro refuses, insisting black coffee is for adults and she wants to be one. Annoyed, Nagumo leaves the office, telling her to keep watch. Mashiro, left alone, mutters to herself, how can Nagumo drink such bitter stuff? She starts imagining the time when the assistants were swapped and wonders how Nagumo and Maki spent their days together, but quickly shakes off the thought. Determined to prove herself, Mashiro goes to Azuha for help in drinking coffee without tasting the bitterness, so Nagumo will see her as a mature woman. Azuha says she has thousands of ideas. Her first suggestion, drill a hole in Mashiro's skull and pour coffee straight in so she won't taste it. Mashiro refuses. Azuha then hands her a pill, saying it will numb her tongue so bitterness disappears. Mashiro, instantless, naps it before Azuha can stop her and runs away. Back at the office, Mashiro eagerly drinks coffee and doesn't taste any bitterness. Excited, she rushes to Nagumo, wanting to show off. But when she looks at him, she suddenly finds him attractive. Nagumo casually shows her a rock shaped like a butt he bought for her, and Mashiro's heart starts pounding. She wonders if the coffee caused this. Then Azuha calls, warning her about the pill's side effect. It makes the user become attracted to the nearest member of the opposite sex. Mashiro panics and tries to keep her distance from Nagumo, but Nagumo shows her his torn pants from a fall. Normally, his idiocy would disgust her, but she finds it adorable. Nagumo asks how she suddenly managed to drink black coffee, but Mashiro can't answer. He says he'll take her to his favorite coffee shop next time. Her face goes bright red. Concerned, Nagumo moves closer to check if she has a fever, which makes Mashiro even more flustered. He gently lifts her onto the couch, telling her to rest. As she feels dizzy, he says he'll step out for a bit, but she grabs his hand, begging him not to leave. With her immense strength, she squeezes so hard his hand starts turning purple. She's about to confess her feelings when suddenly the side effect wears off. Mashiro bows her head, apologizing. She explains that she hadn't realized the pill would cause this. Nagumo punishes her by making her bow for a whole day, but says he wouldn't expel her just because she can't drink coffee. He hands her a milk drink he made by mistake, saying he doesn't like it anyway. She tries it and immediately spits it in his face, saying it stinks. Later, Mashiro is seen teaching a child to draw Nagumo. Nagumo complains that a lost child is a hassle and should be left to the police, but Mashiro scolds him, saying, as a detective, he should help. The child suddenly snaps at her, saying, "Shut up, ugly," which makes Mashiro furious. Nagumo asks the child her age. She holds up 3 fingers. He asks, "So, 3, but she teases him. "How many do you see?" She runs around singing and playing with toys. When asked her name, she says Fu and adds that everyone calls her Beaver Fu. Nagumo asks Mashiro where she found her. Mashiro explains she was training in the park when she saw a UFO, but insists that's not the focus. Nagumo, of course, gets more interested in the UFO than the child. Mashiro continues, saying the girl approached her, asking for help to find her parents, calling her Miss Detective. Nagumo and Mashiro take Fu to Azuha for help. Nagumo says they need clues, but Azuha claims she only needs a strand of Fu's hair. She then reveals a cloning device to make her parents. Nagumo dismisses the idea. Next, they go to Asunaro, who claims to be an expert in such cases, but Fu hides behind Nagumo, scared of him. Asunaro says he's sure he's seen her before. Maki tries to comfort Fu, but suddenly, Fu kicks Asunaro right in the groin. Mashiro scolds her, but Nagumo realizes they're getting nowhere. He grows suspicious. Why did Fu call Mashiro Miss Detective at first sight? Why did she silence Asunaro before he could finish? Just then, Mimasaka arrives and asks what they're doing. Nagumo explains they're searching for the girl's parents. Suddenly, Fu calls Mimasaka father. She reveals that she sneaked in just to test Nagomand. He failed. She isn't an ordinary child. She's the daughter of the police. She puts on her suit, declaring herself the great phantom thief of the future. As a greeting, she proudly shows she's stolen Nagumo's wallet. Nagumo orders Mashiro to get it back, but she refuses, saying it's empty. Later, Nagumo tries to smoke, but finds his cigarette box empty with a note. Phantom Thief Beaver was here. Mashiro checks and finds everything: coffee, rice, toilet paper gone, each with the same note. So Mashiro catches her. On the news, a notice from Phantom Thief Riverfake announces a heist. They'll steal a famous painting. Nagumo realizes Fu idolizes this thief. Mimasaka explains to Nagumo that Riverfake never misses his target and no one knows his identity. The painting is worth 60 billion yen. Mashiro is shocked. Mimasaka describes the intense security, 150 cops, laser beams, boiling water traps, electric shocks, and more. Nagumo thinks it's overkill as they reminisce about their younger days. The power suddenly goes out. When it comes back, the painting is gone. Near the window, they spot Riverfake, who mocks the security. They tie him up, but he blinds them with a flash grenade, only to blind himself too. He then crawls up the wall like a cockroach, mocking them again. Mashiro uses a device from Mizuha, which turns into a flamethrower. Nagumo panics, fearing the painting will burn, but Mashiro assures him it's fireproof. Seconds later, the painting is revealed to be half burnt. Mashiro panics, but Mimasaka reveals it was just a decoy. Outside, all the cops are fainted, and Riverfake is seen running naked. Suddenly, Fu drops from the sky and tackles him, crying that he's not the thief she admired. In the final scene, Nagumo receives a package from Mimasaka, but inside is only a note. Phantom Thief Beaver was here. Mimasaka scolds Fu for stealing it before it reached Nagumo. Fu angrily swears she crushed Nagumo next time. And with that, the episode ends.